benefit of attending the advanced management program is a few things. It's in effect a mini MBA. It teaches people the really important competencies and skills at middle and upper level management. And the unique part about what we're doing is this is about leaders developing leaders. So all of the people that we bring in are in effect effective leaders in their own right, but they're great presenters, they've got good academic background and qualifications, but they've also been excellent and outstanding leaders in their own right. So the participants are exposed to people who really have been there and made their companies effective and great, and these are people who know how to then teach and develop other leaders. So we bring people from industry, we bring the presenters from integral development. There's a number of them that I'll describe in a few moments, but these people are going to teach leadership because they've been on the track doing it. It's not an academic program, it's a real life experience that they get. Yeah, I think the key thing would be we bring tangible problems that companies are experiencing, we bring them in and everybody brings those in and they go away with tangible solutions. So we're really teaching people how to make their own companies better and great using real life examples, both ones they're experiencing and ones that have been there. A question people often ask is, why do training and development? And particularly this advanced management program. One of the big things that's happening nowadays is we have a two-speed economy. We have some of the resources industries growing hugely, and so one day we have a tradesman who becomes a supervisor, then becomes a manager, and then a middle-level manager in the course of a year or two, maybe 3 years, and the company's growing so much, but these people haven't been exposed to really what makes professional management and really effective leaders. They might be great electrical tradesmen or electrical engineers, but what is it they need to do as professional managers? And so if your company's growing really quickly, having people come along and really know what it is they need to do to keep that success sustainable is one thing. On the other hand, some companies have slowed down in the challenging environment, the way the economy is going, the challenges of new products coming on. And research shows people who invest in training are more profitable because, number one, people come in, get exposed to new ideas and work their way through the maze of business challenges to see what their company should do. So a light bulb comes on and they go out. Number two, they get some confidence that they really see these are problems that many companies have and there's ways through it. So we have seen that people who come to training are investing in their future while things are slow that propels them forward. The presenters and facilitators we've picked in this to present the advanced management program, the best you find in Western Australia. For example, John Mitchell, Irish background, but he's been head of Rottnest and he's been one of the great CEOs of the place. Before I met John, I heard lots of things about how exceptional a leader he was. He leads and motivates people well. But he's had experience in the health department, the prisons department, worked with a lot of private sector building, construction industry people. And John is one of these unique characters that cuts to the quick. He can say in 5 words what people take in 15 or 20 words. So John's exceptional, very inspiring, but a real wizened veteran that really brings to leadership the key things you need to do. The next person we have is Linda Fole, and Linda comes from international background. She was the HR manager of Tesco, Hard Rock Cafe. Linda's doing her PhD in leadership, and Linda has this great teaching ability that really motivates and inspires people by giving them what it is that motivates their staff and people. So she has this great teaching skill, and she's just so passionate about this, but she's had a lot of experience in her own right, led lots of people internationally. Third person, Nick Randall, is a bit of a crazy fellow. Nick is well known around this state because Nick is just teaches you about looking after your own well-being as well as how to work in and with teams. And Nick comes along with this idea that challenges you hugely about the way we look after ourselves and our lives. And if we can't look after ourselves, can we be great leaders and managers? So Nick's humorous, but he's had a great background of experience at University of WA in the human movement area. But Nick makes people laugh, but also remember his lessons for years to come. So we've compiled a great team of presenters and facilitators, also with coaches. So we have a range of coaches, all again with very experience in leadership and management. They coach people through the program and after the program. And then the final thing is we go out and get industry leaders, people who are currently at the top end of West Australian businesses, very successful in their own right, and we ask them to bring in their stories and case studies for our participants. We'll invite, and we invite several industry leaders who are really currently at the time facing unique problems and going through those challenges, so there will be somebody of a higher profile that we'll bring in. We keep it a little bit quieter till right before the program, just so we bring in something unique that the participants have to deal with, that the company's dealing with right at that time. There's two things that make this program really unique. One of the things is we use this word integral. Integral is just a simple word. It means to make whole or complete. And so part of this framework we bring in is a simple but straightforward framework about doing all the right things that you need to make the workplace complete, leadership complete, the organizational complete, and even as individuals, because an important part of this program, we want people to leave this program better than they came in as people and go out and do great things in their workplace. But the integral framework is also a major theory of the 21st century. It looks at the four aspects of organizations: people, culture, systems and strategy, and also behaviors and skills, and gets all of those together, because many times organizations do one or the other, not one but not the other. So this is a way of bringing them all together. In terms of the program itself, it has a number of specific features. Number one, real-life case studies. So participants are thrown into things that aren't 5 years old, they're actual case studies happening. Number two, participants get to do a 360 profile that looks at their strengths and weaknesses. So early up in the program, they get feedback from people around them, what they do well and areas they can improve, and they get coaching around that. Number three, they get the best of all the different topics in leadership that's going on. They get the best practices in motivation, best practices in leadership, best practices in strategic thinking, how to build teams, how do you manage financially, even in environmental and sustainable thinking. We bring in the newest thinking in leadership and management. And then the fourth thing is we give them a real problem to deal with that they have to present. So they have to be mini leaders presenting to a panel how they would deal with real problems in this. And then the final thing is we ask them to take it back to the workplace and demonstrate that they're implementing and practicing this stuff. I think one other part of this program that's unique is that everybody that teaches and works on it is just so passionate. We all love what we're doing, and we really believe that by making leadership better, we're making organizations and society better. So we're fanatical about this. Question people often ask is, who do I bring or who do I send to this program? A few things that would be important. It'd be nice that you send one or two people, even two people, because then two people come back with some real energy and enthusiasm to build on the ideas. But most importantly, it's somebody who's ready to build on their leadership skills. Somebody often doesn't have time to go off to an MBA program. Somebody in the organization who hasn't been exposed to the real, more sophisticated and more useful ideas on leadership. People that you feel that come up through the organization, but you want to build their real tangible leadership skills. And the most important thing is they're ready for it. They positively want to, drink in the ideas and apply them in leadership. Don't send people who you think have performance problems and you're going to fix them. This is for people who are your real potential leaders to build your organization in the future. Once you decide who you want to send and how many you want to send, then just contact us.